Hello friends, this is our 7th lecture on feminism, second one on third wave. So yesterday we saw some trends in third wave and the name third wave feminism. The origin of the name third wave feminism we saw in Rebecca Walker. Now today we will see two very important points about third wave. First one we have already seen, that is post-structuralist epistemologies. That means epistemology means theory of knowledge. So knowledge, such as you have got deconstruction is one, isn't it? And we saw that anti-foundational, post-structuralism is anti-foundational. Post-structuralism we have no center as such. Everything is multiple. And these things can be applied to feminism also, or feminist thought and feminist activities. That's what is meant by, there's not a single truth, no one single truth, and these things we have already seen. Now another very important point is intersectionality. Intersectionality actually, see, it all began with Angela Davis. Angela Davis. Her book, the title of her book is Women, Race and Class. Women, Race and Class. That's the title of her book. Women, Race and Class. Now, in this, she has argued, she has put forward an argument, and that argument is that you have to consider intersection. This argument is centered around intersection of race, gender and class. Intersection of race, gender and class. Now, Crenshaw, you know, you saw yesterday, we saw now Kimberly Williams Crenshaw, feminist law theorist. So the idea of intersection comes from Angela Davis, but it's formulated as intersectionality is by Kimberly Williams Crenshaw. She gave the idea a name while discussing identity politics in her essay Mapping the Margins. So she was Crenshaw was discussing identity politics in her essay Mapping the Margins. Mapping the Margins. So that is the essay. So there she is a feminist law theorist, and she mapping the margins. She says, she uses this word intersectionality, identity politics and violence against women of color. So mapping the margins deals with this intersectionality. So thus we have got the name intersectionality. So although the idea was mooted by Angela Davis, the name intersectionality as we today is a coinage, we can say, by or given to us by Crenshaw, Kimberly Williams Crenshaw, while discussing identity politics in her essay Mapping the Margins. I suppose so far it's all right. So the point about intersectionality, now it is over. Now what have we to see is, what is intersectionality? Intersection. What is intersection means? Sagittal section, cross section, Now this is intersection. That means what happens is that when you consider a multiplicity again, when you consider feminism or oppression against women, you have to consider many other things, multiple factors, so to say. What are those multiple factors? Such as, that is the meaning. That is, suppose this is oppression against women. Suppose this is oppression against women. Now, intersectionality means you have to consider race. You have to consider gender. Gender, what is it? Gender. You have to consider ethnicity. See? Ethnicity. You have to consider that is gender. We have seen gender, race, then colonialism, colonial practices, and different cultural, various cultural practices, and so on. So, oppression, you can't just say, this is happening, or violence against women. No. Now, the reason for that is not single but many. This is a direct application of post-structuralism in the idea of post-structuralism, or to use a difficult word, post-structuralist epistemology in the discussion of oppression of women. Understand that? Yes. So that is intersectional. So two things I have already told you. Two very important points. One is influence of post-structuralism, and I already told you, deconstruction is one such one. I will show you how, for feminist theory purposes, and that is activities of feminist thought and activity, how this deconstruction has been used. See, I am not, it is not my own example, but this is an example given by Sarah Kaufman. In her 1980 book on Freud. Sarah Kaufman in her book 1980 book on Freud. Now there she takes a pair, a binary, that is male-female, male and then female, that is male-female binary. Now as you can see, this is hierarchical. Male is higher, female lower. Now how this situation or this binary has been deconstructed, that I will show you, taking example and support from Sarah Kaufman, Freud and anthropology. And Sarah Kaufman takes this help of support from, she is drawing on anthropology as well as Freud's ideas. Now what do you find here is male-female. In Freud, female is always defined as, or woman is defined as, defined in two ways. One is a lack, the other is an excess. Now what is this lack? Something is lacking in woman, and that is what is lacking is penis. So woman is defined on the basis of a lack, and that is penis. So therefore, woman, according to Freud, theory of Freud, she suffers from penis envy. So that is lack means penis envy. Now penis envy, the word used by Freud himself is idee-fix. Idee-fix. I-D-E-E fix. Idee-fix. This is the word used by, idee-fix. This is the word used by Freud. Idee-fix. Now, as a result of this, what happens? There is a lack. At the same time, there is an excess. What is the excess? The excess is narcissism. Narcissism. What is narcissism? Self-love. Self-love. So, woman doesn't want any other object for loving. No love object is required. Again, as a result of that, what happened? She is indifferent. Woman is indifferent. I hope you are following my reasoning. No, the way I am presenting it is not my reasoning or my concept, but the process that I am presenting before you is Sarah Kaufman's, and that also she takes examples of help from, or they are based on the theories of Freud and also from anthropology. So he says woman is defined, female is defined by Freud on the basis of a lack and an excess. The lack is the penis. So she has got penis envy. Alright, that's one point. Secondly, excess is narcissism, and therefore she does not want anybody, any external object to love. But And the same way you find male. In male has no narcissism. So what happens is, he wants a love object. He wants a love object. So what, as a result of this, what happens? Man takes the woman as an object of love. So man takes, or man somehow managed to a submission, create a submission. That is, or you can say, put it this way, simple language, you can say, man subjugates woman as an object of love for him, a love object. So woman becomes a love object. Woman becomes a love object. So in this case now we can see who is having the upper hand, male or female. Male, because he is having the upper hand. And there begins oppression. When the master slave, or male female, or landlords, peasants, so the same binary continues here also. Same binary can be applied here also. These are all hierarchical binaries. Understand? Good, bad, light, dark, like this. So this way. Now what happens is, he becomes the master and she becomes the object. See that? And therefore, according to, did you see now how oppression of man on women, or oppression of a woman by man, how it has been justified? Did you see that? By deconstructing. So by what is deconstruction mean? Deconstruction doesn't mean that demolishing anything or destroying something. But finding or uncovering, you find some fault line in this binary, fault line, or some mistake. See, it so happened that woman has become an object, a love object, by mistake. By mistake means what? By female dominance. And female dominance, and therefore what follows is oppression. Therefore Freud says that, according to Freud, who is to be blamed? It is not culture, but it is nature. Nature is to be blamed for the cultural oppression of women. Look at that. So man is innocent there. See the meaning change. If you look at this, as such you will say, oh, man is master and female is slave. But actually, when you argue it out like that, think of the ide fix and also the excess, that is narcissism of woman. Woman does not require a love object. But in man you don't have it. Love object is not there. Woman is indifferent, but man needs a love object. Therefore what happens? He makes woman as his object, and there begins this oppression. So by deconstructing this hierarchical binary, what do you understand is, you can make man innocent and woman, that is the faith. See, that is because it is culturally created. So oppression of women is by nature, not by culture. Culture is not to be blamed, but nature is to be blamed. So this is how you can apply a deconstruction, the idea of deconstruction to such pairs. So what ultimately is by deconstructing this hierarchical pairs, what comes is, again, man becomes innocent. Did you understand that point? I hope you got it. Isn't it? So this is what. So who is to be blamed? Not man or culture, but this injustice, this oppression is because of nature. Woman has been created like that. That's what Freud says. And this is what Sarah Kaufman also says. So man becomes innocent. So what? By deconstructing this pair in this way, it is because oppression of women becomes order of the day. So you can't escape from that. Isn't it? Yes, that's the thing. So I think that now it's clear. So this is how you deconstruct is used by people who want to justify oppression of women by men. Understand that? So how can you escape that? There is no escape. You can't escape from such a situation. This is one way of using deconstruction. So deconstruction just means this, that is uncovering, or you can say pointing out the fault line. And ultimately when you say, again you have to one more conclusion, how are you going to apply this to feminism, feminist activity? We can say just the opposite thing, that it contradicts itself. Finally, it is a classic example of self-contradiction of this male-female applying deconstructional ideas to male-female hierarchy, hierarchical binary. Understand? Because we know it's wrong. It's not at all correct. So you can argue like that. So what the man's desire to continue domination of women is irrational. That is the underlying fact, or that is to be underscored. This is how you use deconstruction to liberate women or for women's liberation. If you have got any doubt further, of course you can contact me. That's it. So that's something. Then intersectionality I have already told you. There are many more ideas in the third wave feminism you will see. Some of these already introduced in 1989 by Kimberly Williams Crenshaw. See, that is, for example, you have got a new feminist currents and theories. See, two things you should always remember, that is, one is post-structuralism and second is intersectionality. What is intersectionality and how post-structuralist ideas are applied to feminist activity and feminist thought. We have seen one example also I have given you. I don't know whether you have followed it or not. If you want me to repeat it, some other occasion definitely I'll do it for you. Alright. And then we come to new currents and new theories. One such already certain. The second is, for first one, these are given by, these currents and theories are given by Crenshaw. And Crenshaw says one, already we saw intersectionality. Intersectionality. That is clear, I think, no problem there. Then second is sex positivity. Sex positivity. And what is sex positivity? Sex positivity means that says that attitude towards human sexuality, that is a positive attitude towards human sexuality. Positive attitude. For example, according to sex positivity, all consensual sexual activities are healthy and pleasurable. Once again, all consensual sexual activities are healthy and pleasurable. And along with that also they are advocating safe sex and sexual education. Listen, sex education. So they are also advocating a comprehensive sex education, not a partial but comprehensive sex education, and also a safe sex as part of their campaign. So that is sex positivity means. Because once upon a time, these ideas about sex and things like that used to be expressed in euphemisms. Not even you are allowed to talk in public. That of course has changed. That is sex positivity. Sex positivity means. The third is vegetarian ecofeminism. These are ideas given by Crenshaw. That is vegetarian ecofeminism. That is, the convention is that men are destroying environment. For a life on this earth, we want good environment, healthy environment. But women, they are doing positive things, and men as a group, they are the people who destroy or doing harm to the environment. Vegetarianism and ecofeminism, they go together. And then we have seen post-structuralist or post-modernist feminism. Post-structuralist or post-modernist. Post-modern. And that we have already seen new ideas such as fundamental truth, multiplicity and things like that, which we discussed already in our last class, isn't it? We have already done that. And another is transfeminism. 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 That means that is a definition of transfeminism is given by Emmy Koyama. Emmy Koyama. And what is this definition? That is, Emmy Koyama says that feminism means liberation of all women now and beyond. Not any particular. Because all the day you can see first wave and second wave, if you take what you find, it is confined to white upper class women. White upper class women. That's why we say you cannot apply the concept of essentialism to feminist movement. Because the white upper class women, especially in England and France and the US. So if you say essentialist, that idea in our mind, that means all women in the world, in Africa, in India, in other Asian countries and so on, they are the same and they have got the same problem. That is essentialism. So that cannot be accepted in that way, because as we have seen, that is transfeminism. Means transfeminism stands for not only a group, or say some women in France or England or America, but all women and beyond. That is transfeminism. That is the definition given by Emmy Koyama. Understand? So these are the new ideas, so to say, we can say, given to us by Crenshaw. That is Kimberly William Crenshaw. And I have already explained these things to you, I think. For example, postmodern feminism, etc., you have got psychoanalysis, you have got linguistics, you have literary theory, and then you have got race theory, literary theory. So all these things come under post-structuralism. And then you have got another idea. Of course, up to this, these are the ideas given by all new trends, given currents and theories given by Crenshaw. Now you have got some more that you will see. I hope that you have taken this down. These are the suggestions of Crenshaw. Okay. And then we see we have got some more currents and some more ideas we find in the third wave feminism, and they are, you can see 1 or you can say 6, whatever number you want, you can say 6. Okay, put it 6, so that is, you can see. Sixth idea is, that is, we can say, that there is a need, so to say, to negotiate a prominent space within feminist thought. To negotiate a prominent space within feminist thought for consideration of race-related subjectivities. So that is the thing. Consideration of race-related subjectivities. Race-related subjectivities. What does that mean? For example, I have already told you, different races here. That comes in, you can say it is part of intersectionality, isn't it? And a seventh trend that we find in third wave feminism, which we have already mentioned, the essentialist definitions of femininity, which was overemphasized in the second wave. You see, that is about the upper middle class European women, that's what is it. That is, and at the expense of the exclusion of lower class people, minorities and racial minorities and so on, cannot be accepted. So, as an essentialist view should go. That is the seventh one. essentialist view that is advocated during the second wave should go. That's the thing. That has to go. That has no place in third wave. Because we are now, what are we now doing? We have a trans feminism. This is the age of trans feminism. Understand? And the eighth point you can see is micropolitics. Micropolitics. And what is micropolitics? Micropolitics means, put it like that, the use of formal and informal power of individuals and groups to achieve their goals. So it need not be, it can be, say, in group, micro means what? Small. So micropolitics. It need not be a movement like this. It need not be a movement where all people participate, not necessarily. Or you can do, a single person can do his work, her work, a group of them can do their work. What they have to do is, all what they have to do, they should all be geared to achievements of certain goals, that's all. So that, for that you can do whatever you can, use your power, you can use lobbying, you can use your right to vote, you can use your participation in decision-making bodies, individually or collectively, whatever you can do. So that is idea of micropolitics has come. Challenge that is a challenge for women. Micropolitics. Understand? And then a ninth point is democratization. Democratization of ideas related to sex. Now this is, in other words, you can say this sexual liberation in general. Democratization, or you can say sexual liberation in general. Sexual liberation. Sexual liberation in general. And then that means, what does that mean? Sexual liberation in general means sexual, different sexual orientations. See that? Accepted. Acceptance of different or various sexual orientations. Various sexual orientation means, for example, homo, then lesbianism. So these things, that's the way, that's how people behave. It's nothing anti-social or nothing something or nothing what do you call this something strange about it. Nothing of that. It's accepted. Plus, you have got this sexual ideas and concepts related to, or movements related to sexual matters. They are now discussed in public, such as abortion, then rape culture, and you have got topics like orgasm. These things are now publicly discussed. Single living, co-living, all these things, they are now even in TV channels and so on, they project these things and they discuss. This is discussions going on in public. So that is a trend that we find in the third wave feminism. Understand? And then you have got another trend. I think you have been taking this down. So up to 9th we have come democratization, sex positivity, etc. And now we have seen what we call, another thing is sex negative. There's a sex negative. 10th one, isn't it? Is it 10? Yes. Sex negative. What is sex negative? That is very strange if you say this like an oxymoron, like regularly irregular. He comes to the class and he comes regularly. His coming to the class is regularly irregular. What does that mean? So like that. See, you can say like hot ice cream. Ice cream is cold, if you say hot ice cream, that will be an oxymoron. So this is like an oxymoron, So this doesn't mean that you are hating sex, but be critical. Sex critical. Negative here means critical. Say for example, a certain group of feminists, say pro-sex for example, pro-sex feminists. What do? They say they gloss over. Means they don't much give importance to prostitution, sex workers, and that is pornography and so on. So sex negative movement, or the group who advocates the sex negative ideas, they say that they are very critical about that, pornography and prostitution and things like that. That's all sex negative. Not that they are hating sex, but they are critical about this kind of behavior. That's all. Or but you find this in society. Understand? And then pro-sex is another opposite of this. You will find 11 you have got pro-sex. Pro-sex means they are for it. Not exactly for it, but they have what there is their leader is Ellen Willis. Ellen Willis. So this pro-sex movement. And pro-sex movement in her 1981 essay, Lust Horizons of the Lust Horizons. That's the thing. Essay, Lust Horizons. So there, what she does is, she, according to Ellen Willis, that she says that it is, she process, that means you don't much worry about, you shouldn't oppose, so this, what we have just now said, prostitution and pornography and so on. That is pro-sex movement. So these are different trends that we find in the third wave, feminist thought and activity. And one more point, and that will be for today. We will say goodbye by just taking one more point, that is the I-feminism. I-feminism or individualistic feminism. And there, I-feminism or individualistic feminism, individualistic feminism says women should take a responsibility for her own actions. Listen. Individuals should take they can stand for liberation, that's okay, but they should have the liberation and equal rights, etc. you can have, but the responsibility for the choices made by a woman should be hers. That individualistic, the word itself shows, that word itself is self-explanatory. So you can stand for liberation, you can stand for equality of rights, etc. But the choices that you make about your body and your actions, etc., you should be responsible for that. So I have given you about a dozen ideas, new ideas that we can discuss further on. You can in groups discuss this in this third wave feminism part 2. I hope you have been following, you are enjoying my class, and therefore we will again continue this discussion. Said maybe 1 or 2 classes more, and then we will wind up this. Till then, bye, have a nice time, enjoy your life.